Hey everyone, welcome to MaysLugLife. I'm May, but before we go on with the rest of the video, I just want to stop right here and clarify a few things because as it turns out, I made some pretty big and confusing errors when I recorded my video. So the bag in question is the bag in the middle there, which is actually the cable car, even though you'll find out I keep referring to the bag as the camper. And you'll be able to see why I kept getting the two bags confused because they look so similar. The feature layout, the shape, the size are very, very similar. So when I looked at my bag, even though the label on the inside said cable car, I assumed it was mislabeled because I had actually bought my bag at a warehouse sale. The label on the inside also said sample. So I assumed it was an earlier version of the camper and they were still experimenting and this was still in the prototype stage, but they just happened to sew the wrong label on. And the reason why I never for 1 second assumed it was actually a cable car is because if you look at the cable car that's currently out right now in the VL, they look nothing alike. That the cable car in the video is actually much more similar to the camper than it actually is to the cable car. So anyway, so the reason why I found out it was actually a cable car is because when I was running around looking for a photo to put in the thumbnail for this video, I found out it actually was a very, very early version of the cable car, if not the original version. And so the label was right all along. I was wrong. I got confused. And so when you listen to the video, you're probably going to hear me refer to it, the wrong way. And I just thought I'd stop here and let you know so that when you watch the video, it's not going to be any more confusing. Anyways, I do actually own the camper, so one of these days I will pull it out and do a side by side of the two. But for now, this is just going to be the review for the cable car. Anyways, sorry for the confusion. Hope that makes sense now, and I hope now you can enjoy the video just a little bit more. Hey everyone, welcome to MaysLugLife. I'm May, and this is my review of the camper. The camper to me is a large to an extra large purse. It is definitely a purse size bag, but it is one of the largest ones that Lug makes. So if you're looking on a scale of size, I consider the coupe and the swing are extra small bags. Like the Skeeter, those are like the Skeeter Mini, those are extra small. The small bags to me tend to be like a Ranger, a Flare, Roundabout. Those are the small bags. The medium-sized bags start going up from there. Like that's the Shimmy, the Compass, the Breezer. Those to me are medium-sized bags. This is bigger than that. It's like I said, this is large to extra large. Now, there are other bags that are larger. Lug makes tote bags and overnight bags that are way bigger than this. But as far as a purse kind of like a purse style bag, this I think is probably the biggest one. I think maybe the Windjammer is probably bigger. That's not really out at the moment, so it's a slightly older bag. But whenever I see a Windjammer, I'm always like, whoa, that thing is big. So I feel like the Windjammer is a little bit bigger than this. But I feel like this might be the biggest bag that Lug, like one of the biggest bag that Lug makes. Okay, so size aside, this actually is a sample that I got at the warehouse sale last year. So I'm doing a review on a bag that kind of technically doesn't really exist. Because it's a sample, some of the pocket and the way everything is organized is slightly different. Like some of the sizing is a little bit different, but overall, like the actual main bag and the actual size of everything and how everything fits in there is essentially the same. I was going to do it with the SE that I just bought, but I actually put it away so deep that I was like, once I realized where I'd put it, I'm like, forget it. I'm not digging it out. I put it away really deep because I knew I wasn't going to use it until next winter. So I put it like really, really, really deep in the bowels of my like lug bag storage. And then once I took a few bags out, I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do with this one. This is the one I've been using for the past, I don't know, 4 months. So some of the pockets, like I said, are a little bit different. I'll try to tell you which ones are different. I don't remember off the top of my head, so don't quote me. So if you happen to have this bag and feel free to put that in the comments that I may have made a mistake, and clarify or, just maybe set the record straight and let me know. But I'm doing this basically to show capacity and to show just how much this thing fits and how it functions and how it feels. So this is the Heather Indigo color. The Heather Indigo is like a soft brushed sort of feel to it. It's a very different fabrication than the Lug classic fabrication. It's not the sheen sort of nylon stuff. It's really soft. It's kind of like a denim as far as the feel of it, but it's a much softer fabric. Denim's very stiff and very unforgiving. This is super, 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 super soft. So because of that, this bag doesn't have a ton of structure. Now, I think even the bags that are not made from this particular fabrication don't have a lot of structure either. It really is kind of more of a slouch bag, but because it's so big, it doesn't really look like a slouch bag. But to me, I qualify this as a slouch bag because it really doesn't have a whole lot of shape. So if you're planning on traveling and you want to carry a large bag with you so that when you get to your destination, then you have a really large bag that you can carry for the day, this is a great bag to take because, like I said, it's really kind of squishy. It doesn't have a whole lot of structure, but it packs a lot. So if you want to carry around, like a couple of things from your other family members because, for some reason, you're always the one that ends up holding everything, this is the bag you want to use. Okay, so that being said, let's sort of go on a quick tour. And this is actually like the bag I'm using right now. So you're going to find everything in there is the stuff I'm currently carrying. And like I said before, I've been carrying it probably for 3 to 4 months. I actually only meant to be in it for like a couple of days. I went somewhere where I needed a larger bag. I was at the time carrying the moped, and I moved out of it because I really need to carry a lot of extra stuff this one day. I dug this out and I never moved back out of it because I kind of fell in love with it. I actually originally did not like this bag. I've seen this bag a million times. I kind of thought it was a little ugly, to be honest, because I tend to like my bags with a bit more structure. I like really beautiful lines in my bag. I don't like bags that just kind of sit there. But I'll be honest with you, when I saw it at the warehouse sale, I think it was like $25 or something like that. It was like one of the last days of the sale, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about because I know a lot of people love this bag. And because it's a larger bag, I thought, you know what? I carry a lot of stuff. I do not travel light. Let's take a look and see what all the fuss is about. And let's just see how much I can fit in. For $25 or $30 or whatever I spent, I thought it was a really good gamble. Plus, I like the color. I actually almost got it in the plaid gray. There was one that was plaid gray, but someone had put tape, like double-sided tape, like in between all the straps, and so it was really gummy and gooey and gross. Had that not happened, this would have been in the plaid gray. So I'm a little bit sad because I really quite like the plaid gray, and it sort of elevated the bag a little bit. But anyways, like I said, I thought I was going to use it for a couple of days at most, and I fell in love hard. I have been having a lot of trouble moving out of it because I love it. I absolutely love this bag. So even though I originally really was like, ugh, now I'm like, I don't even care. I love this bag. I look at it now and it makes me happy because I know how much I can carry in it, and it's so easy to use. It's so easy to see everything. So let's take a little tour here. So right off, it is a crossbody bag. It does have a good adjustable strap, and it does move really nicely. The problem with this one is, to me anyways, it's not detachable. So if you're one of the people who likes to play around with their straps and get different straps, this is not going to be the bag for you. This one is riveted in there. It is actually quite stable, but it's definitely not going to be one of those ones where you could actually interchange the straps. Now, I'm not one of those strap changer people, but I do like detachable straps for 2 reasons. One, because it means there's D-rings on the outside of the bag that I can carry and hang other things off of, which I always like. The other thing is I actually will often use my strap to latch around things to keep my bag from being yanked, like if I'm in a grocery store or if I'm somewhere where I need to make sure that my bag doesn't just get taken out of my cart, I will actually detach the strap and then loop it around like the bar or whatever it is, and so I know even if someone were to yank my bag, that wouldn't go any further than my cart. So when I don't have that, it freaks me out a little bit. So that's the one drawback for me. I know a lot of people hate the detachable straps, so if you're one of those people, this is the bag for you because it is 100% attached. There's absolutely no way you can take that off. So there we go. And that's how enforced it is. It's actually really, really good and strong in there. And like I said, it's riveted there. So it's really, it's a really strong strap. It does have the little pull tab on the one side with the zipper. Mine has a tonal zipper. I believe the newer ones do have the gunmetal. This is, like I said, an older bag. It's an older design, probably from 6 years ago, maybe something like that. So the older zippers had the tonal, older bags with the tonal zippers. Maybe it wasn't 6 years ago. Anyways, time's flying. I'm not quite sure. So the outside here on this particular bag, there's two pockets of the same length and zipper. I think the newer one, there might be one that's slightly smaller, one that's larger, but the pockets are a little bit opposite. So with mine, I've got a regular pocket down here with no organization, so it's just a regular pocket, and then there's a soft line pocket right above it. I believe the current version, there is a soft line pocket there, a regular pocket there, and a cell phone pocket there. So this one kind of predates when cell phone pockets were like in every single bag. I believe that one's a little bit older than that. I could be wrong. So anyway, so this does not have the cell phone pocket. Doesn't matter to me because I throw my cell phone in here. In fact, because I carry two phones, I have a personal phone and a work phone, I actually carry both of them in there. So it's great. I also carry an iPod. I know it's weird. So I can keep my iPod, my work phone, my personal phone all in this one pocket. It also has a little lip at the top. So if you've got a really big phone, you can still keep it in here. You can put a small, like a tablet in there, like an iPad mini, and like a Kindle easily goes in there, which is really great. You might even be able to fit like an iPad in there. I tried with mine. Now I just happen to have, you can see it, like a super thick rubbery sticky case. So I did try to get it in there, but because of my case, it doesn't slide very well. And I think if I took it out of the case, I probably could get it in there and just get it underneath the little flap up here. But because, I mean, it's not only is it fat, but do you see there's a strap there? I've got a little hand strap. That kind of gets stuck in there. So so this doesn't fit for me. I haven't tried to take everything off to see if it fits. I think my feeling of it is if you're just carrying a regular iPad and not with the iPad Pros, you probably can fit that in there. Now, again, I happen to have one here that is where the pockets are reversed. So I believe the other one just has a regular pocket, but if you want to get that in there, I think you should be able to. The bottom one, I just keep my chargers, my charging cable. I have a lot of charging things in here. I've got, you know, extra cables in here. So I keep all my tech here because that's what I kind of grab the most often. The back of it has another small pocket, and it's just a regular sort of pocket. There's no organization. I keep my coupons in there. Sometimes I throw receipts in there really fast, but coupons go in there. It's a really great place just to throw some coupons that I just keep in there. It's nice and smooth and flat. There's nothing else in there. Nothing else gets in the way. The outside has two cargo pockets with a little magnetic closure, and they're good for water bottles and umbrellas. So there's a little magnetic little tab right there, and it goes like that. These do hold big things quite well. I have carried pretty large water bottles, and they do hold, but just be careful because it doesn't have a lot of structure. Sometimes when it doesn't have anything to push up against, it might flop around. I have some bags that have a little bit more structure on the side, so when the water bottle leans up against it, it doesn't sort of move around. I haven't carried it anywhere really far, but there was one day I had a really tall one, and I could sort of feel it moving around. It scared me a little bit, so I took it out. So you may have to only carry like a small water bottle, or one you don't care if you lose, like a plastic, you know, throwaway bottle. But if you happen to have like one of those big clanky ones, which is kind of what I carry, this was a little bit too squishy for this to actually be able to support a really large water bottle. The only place I was able to hook anything was on the adjustable strap. Where is it? Here, if I really wanted to, or on the little ring that keeps that attaches the bag to the strap. So I was able to put my little hand sanitizer on there. Okay, let's go inside. So it does actually have a little bit of a curve on the bag there, which is good and bad. You can put tall things here, but it doesn't carry across. So you kind of have to put the smaller things in the middle and the taller things on the outside. So once you kind of get used to having to do that, it works out no problem. In the beginning, I was kind of putting things in the middle and realizing that the zipper wouldn't close. I'd have to move the taller things to the side or lay them flat. But once you get used to it, it's okay. All right, so what I have in here, I have a thin sweater that I carry almost everywhere I go. It's summer. It's winter. It's not summer. It's like late spring. It's like summer here, really hot. But sometimes I go places where they really crank the air conditioning. So I always like to have this with me. So it's a really thin, long sleeve sweater. Goes with me everywhere I go. I have a large seesaw-sized pouch. I carry all of my like drugs and eye drops and, you know, sort of drug essentials. So everything in there. This is the Dragonfly Multi. This is an older set. This is when they had the set of like 4 clear views. So this is like the, I don't know, the second from the smallest. So that's that one there, which is the same rough size as the larger one in the seesaw set. I carry my own utensils, my plastic utensils and straws, so I keep that here. So this allows me to go and eat at takeout places without having to worry about whether or not I can find cutlery. I also can reuse them and bring those home to wash. I love carrying this. I try to carry it everywhere I go. This doesn't always fit in most bags. This easily fits in here. If you're wondering why this is not a lug, because it predates lug. I've had this for a long, long time, and it fits everything really nicely. Okay, I have a water bottle, which I could fit on the outside because it's short enough, but I kind of like keeping it on the inside because then I know for sure I haven't lost it. So I got a water bottle in there, and I also have a shopping bag, and I actually, if you can see, I have 2 other eco shoppers at the bottom. So I just kind of put them flat like this at the very, very bottom. So it kind of lines the bottom like that. So I always know where they are. There's always 2 at the very, very bottom of my bag. Hopefully you can see the other one there. So there's the other one down there. Okay, before I get to that one. So I believe in the current SE, there's a clear view pocket back there where my privacy is. So what do I have here? I've got tissues, I've got an extra mask, I've got plastic shopping bags, like the clear ones. Again, I always try to carry these because sometimes like you're out and about and you want to put something in a bag, or you're, I don't know, like something happens, you're like, ew, I got something I got to carry around, or something that I want to, you know, throw away discreetly. Then I've always got these bags, but I also mainly use them when I go shopping for like produce and stuff. So they always live in here. So like I said, I think it's clear view in the current bag. Now, if you see it says cable car, that's the label they put in here. They clearly mislabeled it. So for the longest time, I thought I had a cable car, but I had a feeling it wasn't. Like, as soon as I saw it, like, this doesn't feel right. I don't think this is a cable car. Finally looked up and realized it was a camper. But every time I see it, I see cable car. So now my brain's sort of screwy when it comes to this bag. I know it's not a cable car, but I always forget what it actually is. So if you ever hear me, if you hear me accidentally say cable car, that's the reason. Because subliminally, I've been seeing that. This one has a D-ring attached to the back wall. So I have attached my keys that live inside my inside the coin pouch, and I also have been using the little key fob that attaches to my wallet, and this is the Rodeo 2. So that just attaches to that wall. I always know exactly where that is. And then on the other side, I guess I'll put this back in a minute. Okay, on the other wall, you've got some organization, and I really hope you can see that. Okay, so there's a mesh pocket here. Hope you can see that. Actually, do I have the light? Oh, no, that's as far as I can go. Okay, so I'm going to get close to the light just for a second. So there's a mesh zipper pocket there with its own gusset. And then there are 2 little slip pockets with pen holders there. So the pen holders are in that little pouch there. These are both padded, and this one is soft lined. Not that it really, really matters because I have, I've got a bobsled in there. But a bobsled will fit into that pouch really, really easily. It can fit in the front one as well. I just happen to have it in the back. So there we go. So I've got pens. I've got my halo, my peppermint halo thing. I will occasionally throw things in here that I sort of need for the day, like right in this little pocket. So that's sort of my spare pocket when I need to have like smaller things that I need to know where they are. And in this one, I just have hand lotion, my mints, lip balm, things that I grab all the time that I always want to know where it is so I can grab it really, really easily, but yet, you know, just in a big pocket. So, okay, let's get that in there. And so, like I said, I've got the two shopping bags at the bottom. I hope you can see. So, like I said, it packs a punch. There's so much room in here. I've got pretty much like every single thing I could possibly need in this bag. The only problem for me, now I actually, when I got this, I knew it was supposed to be a bag that was going to carry a ton of stuff. The only thing for me, and I think it's just because of the case that I use, I was really hoping to be able to carry the iPad in here as well. Can I put it in here? Yes. But the problem is I have to take everything else out just to be able to get it in. And then once I get it in, it's not easy to get in and out just because of the way my case is, because it's so sticky and rubbery. So I can get it in there, just to show you. So there's my iPad. I'm going to put everything back in. So I have to kind of take everything out in order to put it in there. And it's kind of a drag because when I need to grab it, I have to kind of take everything out as well. So it's one of these things where if you're shopping or you're out somewhere, you need to take this thing in and out, in and out, in and out constantly, you're going to have trouble. But if you just want to take it out because, you know, you're using it once or twice, and you have the ability to take everything out and reorganize everything and put it back in, it works really, really well. It's a little tiny bit. The one thing I will say about this bag is kind of seeing into the corners is a little bit hard to see, but it's such a nice open bag. Like when I open up that zipper, I can find everything really, really quickly. So it's got the width, it's got the, you know, it can go both ways, and I can see quite clearly where everything is. Like I said, sometimes it just gets a little bit dark just coming from underneath here. Other than that, it's a great bag. I love everything about it. I really, really hope they make more colors. I really hope they start to, you know, reorganize, you know, a couple of just make it a little bit so that you can sort of see everything a bit more. Like maybe just have a nice, like a lighter interior. I think that's part of the reason why I can't see. It is a darker interior, so it's not my favorite interior. They've done better with that since. This is like an older bag, like I said, so it's got the foulard print, but it's a big bag. Carries a ton. Like as you saw me, I've got 2 chargers, a 10-foot cable, 3 essentially, you know, like devices, including my iPad. I've got, you know, a medium wallet in here. I've got, you know, all of my little drugs, a water bottle, shopping bags, you know, my sunglasses, everything. Everything is in here. I could even stick a sweater in there if I really, really wanted to. I can carry an umbrella on the side on a rainy day. I can still have another water bottle. It's a powerhouse. And I never ever feel like it gets super uncomfortable. It is a little tiny bit annoying sometimes, because if I do carry this on my shoulder, sometimes it does slip. But because it's so heavy for me, it doesn't slip often. I usually wear a crossbody though. Every once in a while I have to wear it on my shoulder, and in that case, sometimes I find it does slip. But you know what? It happens with all bags. So, I love this bag. I would highly recommend it, especially if you are a big bag lover, or if you are really trying to carry a lot of stuff one day, but you want something that's really versatile. You want something that's going to, you know, fit really nicely up against your up against your body. Yeah, the camper. It's a great bag. I had no idea how much I was going to love it. I went from going, wow, that's a kind of weird looking bag, to I want more. I can tell you right now, if this came out in other colors, I would probably get more. Like if they came out in like some of the summer colors and all that, I probably would have bought one at least by now. And I'm trying really hard to move back out of it into something else, but I'm kind of loving it because I don't think I can move out of this into something else and carry everything that's in here. So that's kind of why I love it. But it is a larger bag. Like it does look like a larger bag on. So you know how some lugs, they look smaller, but in reality, like it's, you know, they pack a ton. This bag looks like a bag that carries all the stuff that is in it. It doesn't look smaller than it is. It looks like a big bag. It is a big bag. It feels like a big bag. But hey, if you want a big bag, this is the one. So there you go. That is my review of the camper. I hope that helps. I hope that was useful to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you also have this, What are your thoughts on it? How much do you love yours? Love to know. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean a great deal to me, as it really helps with the algorithm in getting this video and channel seen. It also helps if you subscribe to the channel or buy me a coffee. You can find out more about that in the description below. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.